Okay, so in this particular video, we're going to look at the basics of navigating the file system using the ls, pwd, and the cd commands. These are the basic commands you'll use to move around. Obviously, there's more commands than this, but these are the basics for just moving from one place to another. And also finding out where you are. Now, I'll just quickly go over the commands that we'll use and then I will demonstrate them. So the ls command lists the contents in a directory. It defaults to the current directory. So here you have ls-a shows hidden files, ls-l shows lowercase entries, long entries, it's a lowercase l. ls-lh shows long entries and human readable file size, and ls-i shows the inode numbers. pwd prints the working directory, so it tells you where you currently are. The pwd-uppercase P will show the physical path instead of a symbolic path. The pwd-uppercase L will show you the logical path from the environment, even if it contains a symbolic link, and that's the default option. And then we have the cd command, which changes the working directory, and it has one argument, which is the directory to change to. So if you go cd with no arguments, it will take you back to your home directory. If you go, say, cd ~/documents, it would take you inside the documents folder of your home directory. So that would be the same as typing in like /home /training in our example /documents, because training is our user. Okay, so cd ... will take you back one level in the directory tree. cd ... is the current working directory. Probably wouldn't use this one because you could go cd ... / something or other, but you'd just use a relative path. You wouldn't use the dot normally. And then a cd and then a dash, -dash, takes you to the previous working directory that you're in. Now, I realize that this probably doesn't mean too much to you at the moment. So let's go see an example. Alright, so here we are in a terminal, a bash shell, or a console, whatever you want to call it. Okay, and if we look at this, you can see that our username, training at the host name, which is localhost. The current path is tilde, our home directory, and the $sign shows us that we are a normal user. Now, if I was to type pwd, you'd see home/training. That's our home directory. So on a Linux system, /home is where all the home directories are stored, except for the root user, which is /root. It's a special case for the root user. Okay, so now I guess I'll show you the ls-a, well, actually just the ls command by itself. And in here you can see that we've got a number of directories, got a symbolic link, and there's a few different things there, but if we go ls-a, we can see that there's even more files. So you can see here that we've got the .bash_history, .bash_logout, .bash_profile. So these are usually setting files or special files like bash.bash_history. Keeps a copy of all our commands, and an upcoming video will show that. So now I guess we want to look at the change directory command. So if we go into, say, cd -3-lnk, you'll see there's no files in there, but if we go pwd, it shows us that we're in home training -3-lnk. But because this is a symbolic link, and I'll show you why it's a symbolic link in a second, but if we type pwd-P, it shows the physical path. And the physical path is /home /training /test dir1 dir2 dir3. So the physical path and the logical path, the -L, which is the same as PWD, is very, very different. So now I'm just going to type cd by itself to go back to the home directory. And if I type ls-l, we can see that this symbolic link has an L in front of it, but also you can see so it's saying dir3 points to here. And you can see that I used a dot there, a dot slash. So this is the dot points to this directory. Now the file sizes in here don't really give this justice. So what we might do, so you can see the file sizes, is go cd/usr/bin. If I go ls-l, you can see the file sizes here are a lot different. And these are in bytes. So if we wanted to see it in human readable format, you go ls-lh, and you can see here's one that's 99 kilobytes, 211 kilobytes, 5.8 kilobytes. So the reason that by default it's not human readable, like with the kilobytes or the, if we scroll up, there's one with megabyte, a G would be gigabytes. The reason that it defaults to bytes is because when Unix was first made, it was first thought up in 1969, but the first releases were in 1970, and I guess most of the work was done in the early 1970s. The idea of having a file that was several megabytes or even gigabytes in size just wasn't comprehensible to them. They just never thought of it. They were distributing things on tapes, and they had very small amount of RAM, and computers back then, you know, it wasn't something that everybody had. They took up like a whole room, and were very, very expensive. Only universities and big companies and the government had computers. So it defaulted to bytes, but over the years, obviously, things have changed, and that's why we have the -H option for human readable. But we don't want to go too far off track. So I think we've covered pretty much all of these. If we go to cd dash, actually, let's go to etc /etc. So before we were in usr/bin, now we're in /etc. If we type cd dash, it will take us to the previous directory, working directory that we were in, which is /usr bin. And you can see here we are, usr bin. Now if I was to type cd dash again, it should take me back to etc because that's where I was previously. So I can jump between the two directories using the cd and then the dash. cd by itself takes us to our home directory, which you have seen, but what I haven't shown you is the tilde. So let's say we go cd tilde, which is the same as /home/training in this case because we are the training user, and then press T for test, press tab, press tab, press tab, tab completion. There's only one directory in each of these, and we can press enter. If we type pwd, we can see that we're in home training test. So the tilde is a useful way of getting to your home directory without typing the full /home/username/ and so on and so forth. But I don't want to make these videos too long if I can help it, so I am going to finish the video there.